Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. I am your host, June Archer. This is the Winner Circle, and my guest today really needs no introduction. Uh, you might have seen her on The Odd Couple. You might have seen her on The Mayor. If you're really into television, Drake and Josh, The Soul Man, Boston Legal Chuck. She is Emmy nominated. She is an actress. She is a comedian. Ladies and gentlemen, she is an amazing Black woman. Please welcome to the show, Yvette Nicole Brown.
Woo, what an intro. That was exciting. Thank you.
You are very welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. It's a little early in LA to put on a lash. But I did it for you. I put on a lash for the people.
And that is appreciated. The people appreciate it.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm great. I'm doing great. I'm excited to be here to talk about Fairfax and anything else you want to talk about.
Definitely. But before we jump into that, how have you been throughout this pandemic, the last 2 years? What tools have you put in your toolkit after going through what some would believe we never thought we'd have gone through this ever in our lifetime?
Well, I'm an introvert, so I was built for pandemic and inside life. Like I'm still giving excuses for not. They're like, you want to go to brunch? Oh, it's the COVID. They're like, Yvette, you're boosted and you're vaccinated. You got 12 masks and a shield. You got, I don't know, the COVID's in the air. So yeah, so I loved being inside. I loved, watching streaming stuff and eating bonbons. So I was built for it. But what I've learned is that life is precious and that, you know, it can change on a dime, and there'll be something that you can have a whole bunch of plans about things that you want to do, and life can happen. So you got to keep your head on swivel and be light on your feet. So I already knew that because I'm from East Cleveland. So that's how you got to live when you're from East Cleveland. But it's even more so drummed into me because of the pandemic.
Now, during our journey throughout life, we get a lot of gems. We get a lot of lessons that our parents and relatives may give us. Has
Mhm.
there been one piece of advice that you've been given that you could share with someone today that may want to overcome an obstacle, or
Mhm.
doors have been shut in their face? They've been getting no's when they've been looking for that one yes, and they're trying to find their why. Has there been like a piece of advice or a gem that you've been given that kind of resonated with you throughout the pandemic or throughout your lifetime as an adult?
So there's been so much advice, but I think the main thing that people need to remember is that it usually, this is what I tell myself as an actor. I tell myself it takes 100 no, 99 no's to get a yes. That yes is number 100. And so I tell myself when I get a no, instead of it being like this soul crushing, oh, they said no, I go, oh, that's number 75. You know what I mean? So it kind of reframes your mind to let you
Right.
know that the rejection and no's are part of the journey, but that there is something great coming on the other side. And I've found in this business, I've been in the business over 20 years now. Um, everybody gets a shot if you don't give up, right? But in the midst of
Hold on. Wait a second. Wait a second, Yvette. Don't move so fast. Because some people in the back didn't get that
no,
one.
that's true though. Everybody gets a shot if they don't give up. But this is the thing. It may not be the shot you think that it's going to be, right?
Right.
I have a friend, I'm friends with Octavia Spencer. Octavia Spencer is an Oscar nominated and
Oh,
Oscar winning actress, right?
yes.
She has her lane. I have my lane. So if I spend my time go, why can't I be with that? Come on, what no, Octavia's got her lane. I've got mine. I'm more of a TV voiceover girl. I'm not necessarily the movie girl. So I have my shot too. It's not Octavia's shot, but it's my shot. And there's something in the Bible that says, despise not small beginnings. So it's really important to not hate on your beginning and to not, oh, why can't I? And I want to. You don't get nothing by being tight about life. You got to be open and be like, all right, this is me today. Hopefully it's going to shift and change. And tomorrow it can be something amazing. So you got to hang in there. You got to hang in there and believe that at some point, it's going to be your turn, because it will if you don't quit. If you
Right.
quit, it ain't going to never be your turn.
And it seems so cliche, but
Yeah.
I would like to ask you, it seems to me that you are walking unapologetically in your dopeness and
Hey,
shining your Black girl magic. But how did you embrace that? Like, how long did it take? Was it an age? Was it an environment? Was it a change in environment? Was it success? Was it failure? How are you able to walk unapologetically in your dopeness?
you know what's so funny? I remember when I lived in East Cleveland and we moved to like a fancier place of Ohio, like a suburb, when I was in 10th grade. We didn't have more money. My mother just wanted us to be in a safer environment. And I was not the cool kid. Like I was still wearing Wrangler jeans and my hair was in braids, and these were like was like going to Beverly Hills 90210, that show. Everybody was glossy and amazing. And I remember that they decided very early on that I was not it. I don't know what this is here, but it's not her. And I remember thinking to myself, why am I letting them decide who I am? Like, who gets it? Why do they get to decide who's popular or who's great? And those of us that they deem to be not, we got to be like, well, I guess I'm sludge. I was like, no, I don't believe you. I think I'm awesome. And so I was, 10 years old, like, I think I'm great. I don't, and so I found the other people that were misshapen and in braces and acne, and we all formed our own clique, and we took care of ourselves and celebrated ourselves. We didn't worry about what the cheerleaders were doing or whoever the football, we didn't worry about it. And then by the time I graduated, I didn't care so much about what they were doing that they were like, well, what are you doing over there?
Right.
So next thing I know, they're like, come hang with us. So my thing has always been big tent. Like, everybody come on in here. You can sit with me. Yes, you can hang with me. And I just embrace everybody's uniqueness, and that causes people to embrace mine.
Now, growing up as a little brown girl in those days, what do you miss most that you wish this next generation that is so socially connected to the internet and social media that you wish they had, that you embraced as a little black and brown girl back then, that you wish? Was it double dutch? What is it that you wish they had that they could embrace that you had back in the day?
To this day, I can't double dutch. I wish kids today had quiet time and solitude. So much of what I'm doing now, voiceover, like Fairfax, the show I'm here to promote, and singing, was me in my bedroom by myself with a tape recorder. Sometimes I would go ask my brother, could I borrow his tape recorder? And I would create shows where I would interview myself, and I would do the commercial, and I would be the host, then I'd be the singer, and then I'd go to commercial, and I was doing all the voices and all of the stuff. But that was because I had time in my room to just dream and think about, oh, it'd be so great if I could do this. I don't think kids get to dream anymore because their attention is so grabbed by everything. Everybody's scrolling, everybody, and even myself as an adult, I'm on Twitter and Instagram way more than I should be. I could be more creative if I was spending less time on my phone with my head down. So I wish kids had more of that and more playtime outside and just the things where you got to use your imagination more.
Well, I follow you on Twitter, so I love when you go in, and I like to retweet and mention. So I love that piece. And I would think that you would probably be Jamaican, because you're talking about you want to produce the show, record the show, edit the show, voiceover. You almost have 13 jobs.
Yeah, I do believe though that who you are supposed to be and the vocation you're supposed to have is found in those moments when you're 10 and you're done with your homework and you're sitting by yourself. The things that you did then, I believe, are the things that you are supposed to do for a living. Find a way to turn those things into a job.
I applaud you. I just started the June Archer School of Arts, where we teach kids about graphic design, filmmaking, photography, DJing. How important is it, as you just say, kids don't have time out. They don't have the time to be creative. How important is it that we urge our kids and encourage and motivate them for getting into the creative arts and entertainment?
I mean, it's super important. Sadly, I don't think arts are even in schools anymore. I don't think do they have choir anymore? Do they have art class anymore and
No.
drama class anymore?
No.
So the thing that births in you the desire to be more is being taken away. The arts is what feeds your soul, it feeds your spirit, and kids don't have that outlet anymore. And we wonder why they're so mad and sad.
Yeah. Why are they so mad? Because they don't have an outlet. They don't have
They don't have an outlet.
platform or environment to be creative, to just create, to make things up. Because we used to make things up all the time.
Make things up all the time. All the time.
Well, I'm so happy that you were in your bedroom practicing and really just following your journey and your path and your purpose. And now we're second season, Prime Video, Fairfax. Woo. Now, a lot of things are going on this season. We're tackling diversity issues, absolutely. Identity bias, LGBTQ issues, woke cancel culture. Why is it important to tackle those things during this season, because of where we are in the world? Why is it important? Why this push?
Well, I feel like it mirrors everything that's going on in the world, right? Like, cancel culture is real. Everybody seems to be fighting for their rights. And that's because I believe the wrong people are in power and blocking, not the right people are in power, but there are people that are blocking these good people from being able to do the work. And that's why we don't have sensible gun control laws, and why we don't have voting rights, and why women don't have a right to what they want to do with their bodies. Like all of this stuff, this is problems. So I love that, Fairfax, of course, is not touching on all of those things, but Fairfax is touching on things that are important to kids today and also adults today, because our show is for adults. It has 4 kids on it, but it's really a show for adults. And in the same way that it will, dip back and talk about your first love, and, bullying and friendship and that kind of stuff, it also talks about important issues. Kiersey, who plays Derek on the show, has an issue every week. Every week she's crusading for something, and you may laugh at the way she goes about trying to make something better, but that baby believes in change. And we always need people that are fighting for change. And I love that Fairfax models that behavior. So maybe some of the people watching, the adults watching, will go, well, I could tweet more about, gun violence and the need to get rid of that. And I can tweet more about the need for the voting rights bill to be reinstated, and for people that climb into the Capitol to go to jail. I can tweet about that.
Definitely. Definitely. And you played Dale's mom.
Trini. Yeah, his stepmom. Yeah.
Now, how did you find the inspiration to dive into that character that you can birth the voice that we hear?
Yeah.
Well,
she's a black woman. So usually that's not always the case. Usually when I'm doing voiceover, I'm not playing a black woman. I'm playing a squirrel or a rabbit or a dog. So this was fun to be able to bring all of the unique Black girl magic that women have to this role. And so Trini is her backstory is that she was a background singer for Prince. I love that.
I know you. We're gonna talk about that.
Love it. So she was a background singer for Prince, and then she married Dale's dad, and she's a suburban mom, and she's trying to help Dale figure out life without being too much in his business. And she knows all of the kids, and there's a couple of episodes where she's having adventures with other members of the group, and I think she's a super fun character. So finding the voice was easy because, I'm not a mom, but I'm a Black woman, and I had a Black mom. So I know this voice. I know this woman.
These stories that we're tackling this season, what do you want the adult parents who are watching, or let's just say they're on the fence about watching it? What would you want the takeaway to be, that after watching they can say, man, I can have these conversations with my children?
Well, I think Fairfax tees up a lot of great conversations with students and parents and kids, because it's a lot of stuff. Like there's things that parents may be watching like this because it's like, did the kid just say? I promise you that when you're not around, that's what they're saying. And when you're not around, a lot of the stuff that you see that you're covering your eyes, that's what they're doing. So you probably want to watch so you can see what they're doing, and watch it first, see if it's worth, if you can have your kid watch it. And if they can watch it with them, and then have the conversation. Go, well, would you sneak out the house? Have you ever snuck out the house? And would you spend money you don't have on a latrine shirt like they do on the show? Like, try to figure out where your kid is, and it's not about being friends with your kids, because I think that's a slippery slope too, but you want to be at least a confidant. You want to be someone that they can come talk to when life gets tough, because as we know, life always gets tough. And it's the thing that gets us through at this age is that we've lived long enough to know that a broken heart doesn't kill you. Losing a job doesn't kill you. Not being chosen doesn't kill you. But when you're 13 or 14 and it happens for the first time, it's devastating. Yeah. So it's nice to have this show as a way to have a conversation about it, to prepare your kid for what's to come, and to prepare them to not fall into peer pressure and foolishness.
It's somewhat of a bridge. Fairfax could be a bridge to those conversations.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love it. I want to talk about your primetime Emmy nomination, Black Lady Sketch Show. How did it feel? Like, you put the work in. We talk about putting in the work and not giving up. How did it feel? Just to be Emmy nominated, is people take that kind of lighthearted, but it's a big deal.
It's a big deal. It's such a big deal that it's not even something that I truly dreamed about. I found an old vision board a couple of days ago, and I had put Emmy nominee on, and this is probably, I don't know, 10 years ago. I haven't made a vision board at least since the COVID. And I had put it on there, but I put on it like just aspirational, but I never thought I would be nominated for Emmy. I never thought that I would win an Emmy. And so when the nomination came, I was like, what? And anytime someone because once you get the nomination, they call you that all the time. Like, just like you said, Emmy nominated actress Yvette Nicole Brown. So every time it's said, I'm like, that is me. Like, it's crazy. And it came from such an unexpected place. God bless Robin Thede for creating Black Lady Sketch Show and letting me play Judge Harper twice so people could see her and like her. And you know, but the fact that they saw it, they liked it, and they said she's done good work and she deserves to be recognized. And that coming from my peers, I don't even know where to unpack that. That's, I don't know. That's crazy, crazy, but great.
For the young Black and brown girls who watch you, and maybe women, how important is it for you to be? We talk about being unapologetically dope, walking your Black girl magic. How important is it to be the best version of yourself that the young Yvette Nicole Brown is watching? Like we watch some of the other, like you just talked about Octavia, we talk about Robin. How important is it to be your best version of yourself that other Black girls could say, yeah, I want to be that. I want to look like that. I want to act. I want to do voiceovers. Like,
Yeah.
How important is it for you to
You
be?
know, I think it's important to lay a blueprint down, but I think it's also important for every young Black woman coming up behind me to build her own house, right? I would not be where I am if I tried to be Octavia, or I tried to be Cree Summer, who I absolutely love, or Felicia Rashad, and Marla Gibbs, who I love my entire life. At a certain point, you can learn, like, oh, here's a story. So I heard once that Whitney Houston loved Barbara Streisand. And so when she was younger, she would emulate what Barbara sounded like. And Whitney Houston emulating Barbara Streisand created that voice that we know. Then Brandy comes up, and Brandy loves Whitney Houston. And she spends her time imitating and learning from Whitney Houston. And what do we get? That unique sound that Brandy has. Brandy doesn't sound like Whitney. Whitney doesn't sound like Barbara Streisand. So they saw the blueprint, right? And then they built their own thing on it. So I would be overjoyed if I find out someday that some young actress saw something I did on Community or Drake and Josh or heard me on Fairfax and said, I want to learn how to do what that lady did. You know, that would just bless my heart. But I would be super excited to see what they did with the breadcrumbs that I left. It should always be greater. The next one should always be greater.
They're gonna make a meal from those breadcrumbs that you're leaving. I can tell you right now, the trail that you're leaving,
thank you,
is inspiring. It is motivating. Yvette Nicole Brown, I've been playing this amazing game called University of Dope. This is the Anatomy of R&B version.
Yes.
And we're going to play. You are a comedian by trade, and it is what you are. And I know that you have a music connection to Michael Bivins, my brother and my mentor.
Yes,
Biv 10, the whole family there. And so we're gonna have some fun with this game. And you have the opportunity to pass only once.
Only once.
If you so dare to.
Okay.
So ladies and gentlemen, Yvette Nicole Brown, we're getting ready to play the one and only University of Dope.
So
the first one
at the boss of me, and I might pass more than once. Now, what is saying? You got to read it to me.
I got you. Okay. You are performing at the world famous Apollo Theater. Which song are you singing so you don't get booed? Is it A, Never Would Have Made It by Marvin Sapp? B, We All Fall Down, Donnie McClurkin? C, Shackles by Mary Mary? Or D, Melodies from Heaven, Kirk Franklin and the Family?
Listen, I feel like if you sing Melodies from Heaven, they're going to sing with you, and they'll be so busy singing that they won't boo you. Although I think Never Would Have Made It is a better song to sing vocally to show what you can do, but Melodies from Heaven, they ain't booing you with Melodies from Heaven.
All right.
The
best double entendre from the following. Is it A, Rain by SWV, B, Pony by Genuine, C, Rock the Boat by Aaliyah, or D, Peaches and Cream 112?
Yo, I got to go and Rock the Boat with Aaliyah, because I'm a little slow. I didn't even know at first.
She was on a boat. Why was she on a boat by herself?
Rock the boat. She might fall off the boat. And I was like, oh. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Aaliyah, Rock the Boat.
Okay. Yvette.
Yes.
Who hurt you? The best heartbreak song from the following. Is it A, Unbreak My Heart, Tony Braxton? B, Nobody's Supposed to Be Here, Deborah Cox? C, Before You Walk Out of My Life, Monica? Or D, the one I gave my heart to by Aaliyah?
You know, it's in the title, Unbreak My Heart by Tony Braxton. Man, you felt, as soon as you said the lyric, I heard her in my brain singing it to me. So, and I gotta say, Nobody's Supposed to Be Here is not necessarily a heartbreak song. That's about somebody, she had swore off love and love came back. And she's like, I'm not supposed to be feeling these warm fuzzies for anybody. How did you get here? So that's not necessarily a heartbreak song. So I'm going with Unbreak My Heart.
I like how you talking these things out. I love it. Boy, bye. The best song to give your man the boot. Is it A, Caught You Out There, I Hate You So Much Right Now by Khalees? B, Irreplaceable, Beyonce? C, Take a Bow, Rihanna? Or D, Tyrone, Erykah Badu?
Ooh, it's a tie between Irreplaceable, Beyonce, and Tyrone. See, this is the thing. Irreplaceable is such a boss song. Like literally, she's like, get your stuff to the left, get out of here. Call Tyrone, she's really already over it. She's discovered what he's done. It's over. Where Irreplaceable, you can still feel that Beyonce's still a little hurt by what he did, but she's gonna boss up and put him out anyway. So I got it. It's a tie. It's a tie.
All right, I'm gonna let you slide with that one. That one I'm gonna let you slide with.
Thank you.
Yvette, can I get your number? The best song to shoot your shot. Is it A, Can We Talk by Tevin Campbell? B, Come and Talk to Me by Jodeci? C, Yo by Chris Brown? Or D, Just a Friend by Mario?
Can We Talk by Tevin. And and the reason I chose that over Come and Talk to Me is that it's in the title, right? Can We Talk is like a gentleman saying, come and talk to me. It's like, I'm over here. It's the dude expecting the woman to do the work. Can we talk? As I imagine him coming over, going, hi,
It's more chivalrous. More chivalrous.
Yeah, I like chivalry. So.
All right. The best baby making song from the following. Is it A, So Anxious, Genuine? B, When We by Tank? C, Say Yes by Floetry? Or D, Meeting in My Bedroom by Silk?
Listen, Say Yes by Floetry is a very beautiful. I feel like if I was going to make a baby and the baby's going to have the energy of the night, I would want Say Yes by Floetry. That Tank song, When We, ain't nothing about making babies. That ain't about making babies.
You may make one, but it wasn't about.
You may make one, but it ain't about.
It ain't about that. The best song you should not have been singing as a child.
Ooh.
A, Freak Like Me by Dina Howard. B, I Want to Sex You Up by Color Me Bad.
Woo.
C, Too Close by Next. Or D, Freaking You by Jodeci.
Oh, it's got to be Freaking You by Jodeci. Because that's just like a Dina Howard song is also very in your face, but Freaking You is like, it's very, very aggressive. It's very aggressive.
Mad aggressive.
It's aggressive. It's aggressive. So I'm going with, yeah.
All right. Choose the best non-singing singer from the following.
Here comes my pass. Go on.
Is it A, Keith Sweat? B, Alicia Off Keys? C, Slim from 112? Or D, Jennifer Lopez and Ashanti?
Pass.
Now, you sure you want to pass on this one?
Absolutely.
All right. What is the best side chick anthem from the following? Is it A, You're the One, SWV? B, As We Lay, Kelly Price?
Oof.
C, My Little Secret, Escape? Or D, The Weeknd by SZA?
Yo, I got to go with As We Lay because I remember as a kid, Shirley Murdoch's version and Kelly Price's version is amazing as well. But I grew up with Shirley Murdoch version, as did Kelly. And that was very shocking. Where I was like, is that somebody else's? What is she? So yeah, As We Lay, classic.
But when she said it's morning, oh my God. That's when I was like, hold it. But you woke up. Oh my God. No, you woke up in the wrong.
As she said, it happened. Yeah.
It happened. Erase one person from R&B history. Who would it be? A, Chris Brown. B, Neo. C, Justin Timberlake. Or D, Usher?
What was the question again from R&B history?
Erase one person from R&B history.
First of all, what is Justin Timberlake doing up in there?
Oh.
And after what he did to Janet Jackson, bye.
Say no more.
Bye.
Erase one person if you had to from R&B history. Who would it be? Would it be A, Janet Jackson? B, Beyonce? C, Mariah Carey? Or D, Whitney Houston? Talk it out, Yvette. Talk it out.
Yeah, I can't.
I'll give it to you again. A.
Let me tell you this. I'm just going to do this, and this is, and I don't want nobody from the Beehive coming for me.
You don't want no smoke.
But three of them are my generation. Three of them are people that I listened to when I was in school, that I had breakups over, that I learned to sing by singing along to. So I got to keep Janet, Whitney, and Mariah. That's my childhood. And so in the same way, if you give that question to somebody from Beyonce's generation, they're going to be like, bye, Mariah, because, Beyonce is their their person. So I love Beyonce, but I'm gonna have to go with Janet and Mariah and Whitney. I got to keep my girls I grew up with.
No, I hear you. I hear you. But you had me stuck at somebody broke up with you. You had me stuck on that. I don't,
Oh,
I
oh,
don't,
oh,
I
has
don't,
this
yeah,
happened?
yeah, I don't understand. Erase one person from R&B history. Is it A, 112, B, Jodeci, C, Drew Hill, or D, Jagged Edge? Erase one R&B group from history.
By 112.
112. The best R&B soundtrack from the following. Is it A, Wait to Exhale, B, Soul Food, C, Love Jones, D, The Bodyguard?
It's E, Boomerang.
Oh, you ain't playing no games.
Mm-mm.
You're not playing no
End of
games.
the road. End of the road is on.
All right.
there. Come on, man.
Who would you have sing at the cookout? It's coming up. Summer's here. Who's coming over to sing? Is it A, John B, Pink when she was black, C, Adele, or D, Justin Bieber?
Oh, these are the black folk. Pink is still black. Pink's coming over to sing. Pink can sing her face off.
All right, cool. I just want an invitation.
Yeah,
That's all. I'm gonna be there.
Pink can come.
Which artist would you have sing at your funeral? Would it
Mm.
be A, Fantasia, B, Jennifer Hudson, C, Jasmine Sullivan, or D, Faith Evans?
Ooh, that's tough. You know, Fantasia will have people up. People gonna cry if Fantasia's singing. She gonna get them. She might raise, actually Fantasia might raise me up. I might come on back.
Raise you from the dead.
When she sings, she might bring me back from the gates of heaven. I'm
After
going
she kick her shoes off like Patty, it's
Woo!
gonna be a problem.
Woo! Fantasia.
All right. And last, if you could pick one artist to bring back for a one-night only concert, who would it be?
Wow.
A, Luther Vandross.
Wow.
B, Whitney Houston.
Wow.
C, Prince. Or D, Michael Jackson.
I knew Michael was in there. That's rough. I've seen all of them in concert. No, I've never seen Whitney in concert. I've seen her live perform, but I've never seen her in concert. This is not as hard as it seems. I would say Prince, and this is why. And everybody knows Michael Jackson is my number one, so don't get it twisted. But I would say Prince because Prince's concerts are epic. And it will say one night only, but Prince would perform for 2 weeks. So you're getting a longer show if you bring Prince back. So I would bring Prince back. And listen, if it was to have a conversation about life and music, it would be Michael Jackson. If it's just to have someone sing me under the table, it would be Whitney. And if it's just to dream about love being possible, it would be Luther. But if you're talking about who's going to give a show that can take you into next week, playing 50 instruments, Prince.
Prince. Music is a soundtrack to our lives. So before I let you go, Yvette Nicole Brown, what song best represents your journey up to this point, or which artist embodies your journey up to this point?
The song is "Ain't No Stopping Us Now" by McFadden and Whitehead. That's my joint right there. Like whenever I need like something to just like make me go, keep going, it's that. The person, the artist that embodies it will probably be Michael Jackson, because Michael, I feel like he was so misunderstood. He loved people and he loved us, and he wanted to create a better world for people. And this world did him dirty, and they're still doing him dirty. And I just think people weren't ready for the purity of his heart and who he was as a person. I believe he's innocent. I know he's innocent. And his essence and how he moved through life is all right with me.
Where can we like you? Where can we follow you?
I am on Instagram and Facebook as Yvette Nicole Brown, and I'm on the Twitters at YMB. And if you want to see me, you can hear me on Fairfax on Prime Video, and you can see me on Big Shot Disney Plus with John Stamos.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the beautiful, amazingly talented Yvette Nicole Brown. Please check her out on Fairfax Prime Video. She plays Trini. You won't be disappointed in any way, shape, or form. We love you. We're praying for you. Keep doing what you're doing. God bless you. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, June Archer. This is the Winner Circle. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as I always say, tell someone you love them. It may be the last opportunity you have to do so. Thank y'all for tuning in. God bless y'all. Peace.
You're a great interviewer.
Thank you.